Echo Fox, but for now we're going to catch up with an interview on stage with their jungler.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Great cast on the day. I am joined by Hard of Echo Fox after their Valentine's Day victory over NRG. A fantastic match played. And Hard, I have to say, does it feel really good to be able to show people how hard the team has been working to get these wins, and now you're finally getting them?
Yeah, it definitely feels great. Like, we haven't been able to play with our full roster for a while, and coming in and 2-0 this week is like, feels great, yeah.
And how have you guys kind of kept the synergy? It's been quite a while since you've seen the stage together. Have the scrims been going well? Have you just kind of been sticking with it?
Well, we've been scrimming with our main roster the entire time, so we never scrimmed with our subs, even though some games were really close and they played really well. And so the synergy was like, it was still there, but I guess the stage, like, coming back, I think it was a bit weird the first day yesterday, but we managed to win and felt good again, so I think we're back on track, yeah.
It's working perfect. Keep tuning the main engine. You guys are winning the races, and hopefully it keeps going that way. I want to look at you for a second as a jungler coming out and out of the LCS. How do you kind of define yourself as a jungler? Are you team-oriented? Are you aggressive? Do you want the kills? How does it go for you?
I think I'm mostly team-oriented. I think I would, like, maybe more than most junglers. Yeah, I definitely say team-oriented. I don't really go for kills. I don't try to carry. I just try to make sure my lanes are ahead.
Well, you got some fantastic laners to get ahead. Final question to you. You're looking at Liquid and Impulse next week. How's the team feeling? You guys are looking great.
I mean, after this week, I'd say it's like a huge confidence boost. I think we can 2-0 next week. We definitely have to. Like, at this point, we really want to get into playoffs. I think we can do well. And yeah, I think we'll do fine next week.
All right, well, the confidence is there. Hopefully the play continues to follow for Echo Fox. Congratulations on the win. Right now, we're going to throw it to the analyst desk to break down the rest of that game.
Thank you very much, Riv. Echo Fox got to be feeling good. 2-0 week for them with their full roster back on
magic.
The field.
Froggen's back in. Boom.
Exactly. Right. We talk about the high effect all the time. You got Froggen back in the lineup, and boom, 3-1 with their full roster. So again, have to feel good, but you know, struggle city for NRG on the other side of the map, but I think a large part of that was the comp that was drafted by Fox. It was just so oppressive.
It was super good. I absolutely love this composition because they draft the Corki first, they flex pick it, they get a Graves and a Janna. So you don't know if that's going to be mid Corki, that's going to be a Corki AD carry, but you know it's double AD with some type of disengage. And then the answer from NRG is Evelynn Lucian. So you pick a low range AD carry, it has a little bit of wave clear, but then you pick this jungler that's never gonna have enough damage to kill or threat an AD carry, and never enough defense to actually survive an AD carry. And then the final two picks, Caitlyn. Way longer range than Lucian. It actually synergizes really well in a siege situation. You set up a line of traps. If one person steps on a trap, you throw the Graves smoke screen into that area, so they have to file through it. They're blind, or they eat traps and they eat more damage. And then the final pick was Malphite, because when you have AD carry compositions...
Because it was up.
You also
that's part of the problem.
but also, yeah, it's part of the problem because you want to draft that against this composition, but usually multiple AD carry compositions suffer from a lack of engage.
Yeah, exactly.
So they have that disengage, they have the engage, so they have all of this kind of versatility to this comp that I actually really love.
Yeah, sometimes you run into that problem where you've got so much damage on your team with these triple AD carries, and you just need someone to hold the enemy down for 1 second so you can put that damage out and you can actually tag them. But yeah, I really did like Fox's comp, but also on the other side, NRG, completely the opposite here. It felt like they were letting people just go with the comfort picks. You know, Gank by Mom's Gangplank is legendary. Like, you know what? We're giving that to him. Moon, play whatever you want. One of your big champions is Evelynn. You're going to feel at home on this champion. However, Evelynn with a sight zone I'm very, very much against that. I just feel like it takes away all of her strengths. The reason that you pick Evelynn is for that threat, for the threat of assassinating one of these AD carries. There's 3 targets on the field that you can threaten at all times, and they have to always be, oh, where's Evelynn? You know, dropping pink wards. There's no threat if the Evelynn has a sight stone. She can't even 1v1 one of these AD carries, even if she flanks up on them. So that kind of detracts a lot of the threat that you have. And then while they were trying to save, you know, Gangplank, flex pick, oh, that's always great to have a flex. Maokai is a substandard Malphite, basically, for this. Malphite is great against triple AD. That's your hard engage. It's exactly what you want. You know, even if they do have the Janna, Malphite is a really good tool against this comp. But they try and counterpick the top lane. Malphite doesn't care about getting counterpicked by a Maokai. He's like, all right, great, we got a...
I think what I would have liked to have seen them done was pull something out. Well, like a Fiora against them out. Right? Give yourself, although it isn't necessarily this big frontline tank, it's not going to be able to start the fight for you, which I have a feeling is why they drafted the Maokai. It could start a fight, it could root an ADC down, so you actually get to focus. But again, they didn't have the damage follow-up. You have a Sightstone Eve that's going to dive into the backline with a Maokai that's not doing enough damage. I would have liked to have seen a Fiora maybe set up the split push and relieve some pressure once they started losing the map a little bit.
Yeah, and then you have the Gangplank in the top lane. And we saw Impact not have, or sorry, in the mid lane for GBM, and then that's your only really big source of wave clear. So you're relying on those barrels, and we saw how they were cleared out so easily by all of the AD carries that it was really frustrating. I would be really frustrated if I was GBM.
Yeah,
in that
and
game.
props to the 80 carries on Echo Fox for quickly doing that.
All three of them.
Yeah, exactly. Because they're like, somebody's going to pick up the slap. Everybody aims for it. They're going to shoot it. But you don't want to sit on champion select too long because there's a lot of hypotheses that can float around. Really, it did come back to play in the end. While they were sort of at a disadvantage due to what they were set up with, you have a good replay.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's take a look at KFO.
Play.
KFO coming up big with an ult in the mid lane, 17 minutes in.
Yeah.
He's going to net 3 for 0 for Fox.
This one, they have vision of Malphite on the side. All members group up here, and it's a maximum range Malphite ultimate. So normally, like normal players like me or you or random League of Legends plebs, you can get hit by a Malphite ult like that. Professional players on LAN with the ping to do so and flashes up need to dodge that. There is no, see, you flash that, you dash that.
All 5 flashes are up on the side of energy. And 3 of them use their flash later in the fight.
That is inexcusable.
Yeah, none of them flash Malphite ult. They then use their flashes to try and get away, but they die in doing so.
Did a reaction time piece way earlier in the season. Turtle actually flashed a Malphite ultimate that was half the distance coming from Fog of War, and he had time to do it.
He's a god.
Right.
Anyway, when I look at that replay again, I noticed that GBM is the one standing back as a Gangplank. He's not getting greedy for turret damage or anything like that. He's just sitting there going, Malphite's going to ulti. He's the only person not in there. And he played this. He actually played this game pretty well considering the circumstances. So GBM is still seems like one of the only really big performers on energy. All tech seems like he's disappearing.
It is tough to fault him. It didn't look like stellar GP play because more than half of his barrels were getting shot before he could execute them.
When everyone's hearing about GBM Gangplank, they're just on the edge of their seat, ready for this. You're like, finally, they gave it to him.
He's gonna take
so excited for this. We're going to have triple barrel chains procking on the back line and killing all 380 carries at once or something. But yeah, wasn't quite there. But KFO, I think, was one that really did step up for Fox. And not only did he have that play that we showed, but right after it, his next Malphite ultimate, again, won them another team fight. We finally found out what KFO stands for, because energy after that were knock the FO.
There you go. Knock the F out.
Oh, my God.
But I actually like the fact that you bring KFO back up, because I think it's important. We talk all the time, Froggen's the big star on this team. All eyes are on him, the veteran, the guy who's going to turn it around. But at the same time, he needs the rest of the guys to step up and support him, and that's exactly what KFO did this week. And this roster, now if we project forward, now 3-7, but 3-1 with their full roster, they actually could make a run at playoffs. And this is the way they needed to do it. Coming out strong here in week 5 with 4 weeks left in the season, they can make some moves.
Yeah, they definitely can. And KFO, they're playing against a team, Energy, here in this game, where you would think there's some communication issues between KFO and the rest of the team and Energy and some of their members, but it definitely showed that Echo Fox, they look like they're synergized. They've been using this time to play with each other in the scrims, and they haven't devoted their time to their subs. They've been focused on just this roster, and being 3-1, at this point for them, of course, they are 3-7 in the actual standings. I think that they can definitely go from facing Dignitas and Tip and showing us what they have and possibly being a playoff team at that point, because they just showed us that they could take out Energy.
Yep. Well, at the end of the day, solid 2-0 week for Echo Fox. They had a sweet draft, full steam ahead for them, making a run towards playoffs. Energy, a small stumble, but don't go anywhere, because when we return, perennial rival CLG and TSM will take to the Rift. We'll be right back in just 3.5.
And then what sound this? Clap. What? Clap. Clap? Yeah, clap. Sure, this clap? Clap. Hurry.
Trying to get this turret right back, but
whoa! 4-man ulti from KFO, and look at the slaughter! 1 for 0, 2 for 0, but more burst comes out. Froggen, one more rocket, 3 kills picked up. KFO with the huge initiation. Keith fearless. Oh no! He wants to kill Moon. Oh, he flashed the way. No impact. Knocked up by Big. Slowed down by the Malphite. Down to half HP.
Lucian gameplay, Lucian gameplay. Lucian.
Nice.
That's the win